guys, Dave from DC Tech back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 20. Let's get started. Before I begin, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who subscribed. We made it over 100 subscribers, currently 120 as of filming. Thank you for all the support, and I hope that we can get to 150 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's start with the specs of this device. So it has an Exynos 990 processor with a Mali G77 MP11 GPU. It has a 12 megapixel wide camera, a 64 megapixel 3x telephoto camera, and 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. It also has a 10 megapixel selfie camera. It has a 6.7 inch Super AMOLED Plus display with HDR10 Plus certification. The specific model has a 256 GB storage option and the 8 GB of RAM. It has IP68 water and dust resistance from 1.5 meters at 30 minutes. Back to the display, it's a 1080p display at 60 Hz and it has a 20:9 aspect ratio. This phone also has a 4300 mAh battery that has support up to 45 watts of fast wired charging, and 15 watts of wireless charging. It also has reverse wireless power share, which is reverse wireless charging. That's pretty much all the specs. Looking around the phone, you have your triple camera set up at the back. You have your punch-out camera in the front, your Type-C port and loudspeaker at the bottom, nothing at the top, and your volume and power button on the right side of the phone. Also, one thing to mention, this does have the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner underneath the display. So I watched a lot of videos of this phone, and I'm sure you have as well, and they all have one nitpick. It's a plastic phone at $1,000. Now, I'm using a Samsung Galaxy A20, currently filming on this device as well, and it has a plastic back, and I personally don't mind. But when you're asking $1,000 for a plastic phone, I don't think it's worth it. This being a Note phone though, you do get that S Pen, the stylus that comes with the phone. It now has a 26 millisecond latency, so what that means is when you decide to draw with the S Pen, it's going to show up on the screen faster. It also has the same gimmick features such as the Bluetooth remote and the air gestures that I don't think anybody would use, but it's nice to have it. I tried using the air gestures in the camera app and it's super hard. I only managed to take pictures and maybe go through some of the camera modes. Pictures taken on this device are nice. Typical Samsung with their sharp, vibrant photos. I personally couldn't get any photos with this device. My apologies. I will try and do a full in-depth camera review of this phone in the future when I get the chance. But when using this phone, I tried it out at night. I don't have the pictures with me, but the night mode is amazing. I tested it side by side against the Huawei Mate 20 Pro and the regular Note 10 from last year, and the bigger sensor helps a lot in low lights. it brings more light into the photos, and it just brings more detail. When recording video on the Note 20, you can record up to 8K at 24 frames a second, can film 4K 30 frames a second and 60 frames a second, and you can also film in HDR10+. One nitpick about this phone, it's a 1080p display, which shouldn't be that bad. It is a Samsung display, so you're getting the best quality, but it's 1080p and it's 60Hz. In an age where budget phones are getting 120Hz displays with 1440p resolution, Samsung needs to make a change. They can't offer a $1,000 flagship that has a plastic back, 1080p display, and 60Hz. Even the S20 FE has 120Hz, and even though it's a plastic back and 1080p, it's only $600, maybe $700. Also, a cool feature of this phone, you do get the ability to use wireless DeX. So you can connect your phone to a wireless display and use it as a computer. Since your phone is your main computing device, DeX tries to make it more usable with the mouse and keyboard. So having wireless DeX is a good bonus. But nitpicks aside, even though this is a plastic back, it still feels nice. I like what they did with the frosted finish. I reviewed the Mystic black color, and it got more of a blue color to it, but it really looks nice. It feels nice in the hand. And what's kind of strange to me is last year's Note 10 has a curved display, and that made it feel more like immersive. But even this flat display, it looks good. It's super responsive, and it's honestly a really good phone. But what Samsung's doing with the price, I don't think you should get it. It's not worth your money. It has a plastic back, no 120Hz display. The S Pen, if it's a feature you need, you should get the phone. But if you have the money and you need the S Pen, I suggest going for the Note 20 Ultra. Anyway, that's been it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. This is DC Tech.